Hello and welcome to the JV game tonight. Immanuel Lutheran Lancers are playing Cochrane Fountain City Pirates. I'm in Cochrane Fountain City at the moment, so it is an away game for the Lancers. C team is in the gym right across this gym from me, and they're playing at the same time, so I will not be commentating C team. Again, this is JV. Varsity will follow this one, so hopefully you'll stick around to watch that one as well. I was not here anyway for the coin toss, so I did not see who won that. But we'll find out soon enough. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below in the chat and I will answer you. I am wearing a mask tonight because they are required, so the sound quality might not be as great, so apologies for that. I believe the Lancers did win the coin toss since Rail is in the back waiting for the ball. Rail will begin this best of 3 set, serving for the Lancers. Rail serve is over. That'll fall at the feet of Folly and Rail. Steele. Rail to serve yet again for the Lancers. Rail serve again over. This time saved by Folly. Free bar for Lancers. Up from Carstensen. Saved by Williams and over from Carstensen. That'll go to the back to Folly. Set from Marty. And spike from Sabota is saved by Gurgle. Put back over by Sabota. Off Williams and onto the floor. Score tied at 1. Marty will begin to serve for Cochrane Fountain City. Marty's serve comes up short. 2-1. Lancers now lead by 1. Carstensen will begin serving for the Lancers. And Arndt will come in for Gurgle. Carstensen's serve is over. That is received by Paczynski, and into the stands opposite me it goes. 3-1. Lancers now lead by 2. Carstensen will continue to serve for the Lancers. Carstensen's serve is over. Out of the back. Let go by Folly. 3-2. Lancers now lead by 1. Sabota will begin serving for Cochrane Fountain City. Sabota's serve is over. That is received by Arndt. Set from Rail and spike from Arndt will go over. And that'll fall at the feet of Steele. 4-2. Lancers now lead by 2. And Wales will begin serving for the Lancers. Wales serve is over and in. Let go there by Folly. However, it will fall in 5-2. Lancers now lead by 3. Wales will continue to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve again over. This time received by Steele. Up from Marty and spike from Paczynski. That'll go back. Row and out into the bleachers. 6-2. Lancers now lead by 4. Wales will continue to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve again is over. Received by Steele. Marty unable to get to it, and 2. Lancers now lead by 5. Wales continuing to serve. Wales serve again over again. Received by Steele. Foley unable to get it up this time. And Lancers gain another point. 8-2. Lancers now lead by 6. Wales will continue to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve again over again. Received by Steele. Sorry. And put over. Spike from Arndt. Will go to the back row and in. Just hits back line. That spot there. 9-2. Lancers now lead by 7. Wales continuing to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve again is over. Received by Steele. Set from Marty. And this time put over by Perchinsky. Received by Rail. Up from Bauer. And spike from Williams. Go to the back row to Sabota. Received by Marty. And spike from Foley will go over. Williams to receive. However, Rail is unable to put that over. 9-3. Lancers now lead by 6. Arneson will come in for Gunther. Arneson to serve for the Pirates. Arneson serves over. That is received by Wales. Set from Rail. And set over from Arndt twice off the block from Steele. That'll be set from Arneson. And Sabota is unable to get there in time to receive that set. 10-3. Lancers now lead by 7. Brenthal coming for Bauer. Brenthal to serve for the Lancers. Brenthal's serve is over. It's received by Arneson and just goes over. That'll fall off Williams. He jumped just a little bit too early to block that. And on the floor, 10-4. Lancers now lead by 6. And Perchinsky will begin serving for the Pirates. Their serve is over. Received by Wales. Set from Bernthal and spike from Rail. Go over the block and fall at the feet of Foley. 11-4. Lancers now lead by 7. Arndt will begin serving for the Lancers. Arndt serve is over. Is received by Arneson. Set from Marty and just put over there by Steele. Received by Carstensen. Set from Bernthal. Spike from Carstensen. Off the block from Steele will go to Perchinsky. Set from Marty and spike from Foley. Gotta go over Williams. Block to Rail. Set from Bernthal and set over from Carstensen. Over the block. Received by Marty. Set from Steele and over from Foley. Set from Bernthal. Spike from Carstensen gets blocked. Set from Williams and bumped over from Carstensen. Spike over from Steele. Received by Arndt. Set from Bernthal and over. Received by Marty. Set from Steele and spike from Foley goes to Carstensen. Set from Bernthal and again spike from Carstensen. Over the block that goes. Set from Marty. Spike back row from Arneson. That'll go over. Received by Carstensen. Set from Bernthal. And tipped over by Carstensen. Saved there by Foley. Nice save there. However, a lift called on Foley. 12-4. Lancers now lead by 8. Arndt will continue to serve, for the Lancers. Arndt's serve is over this time. Received by Arneson. Set from Marty and over from Foley. Received by Rail. Set from Bernthal and spike from Carstensen. That'll be too low. 12-5. Lancers now lead by 7. And Foley will begin serving for the Pirates. Gurgle will come in for Arndt. Foley's serve is over. Received by Wales. Set from Gurgle and Bernthal. And on the floor that falls. Miscommunication between the two there. 12-6. Lancers now lead by 6. Foley will continue to serve for the Pirates. Foley serve again over. This time received by Carstensen and into the bleachers that will go. 12-7. Lancers now lead by 5. Foley will continue to serve. Foley serve again is over. Received by Carstensen up from Brenthal and put over from Rail. Tipped off Steele and into the back that goes. 13-7. Lancers now up by 6. Gunther will come in for Arneson. Yes. Gunther will come in for Arneson. And Williams will begin serving for the Lancers. Williams' serve is over. There's a seed by Perchinsky, set from Marty, and tipped over by Sabota off the block from Carson. Received by Brenthal, up and over from Wales, put back over from Steele. Saved by Gergel and over, another free ball. Received by Gunther, set from Marty. Spike from Steele will go in. 13-8. Lancers now lead by 5. And Wenger will come in for Steele. Wenger to serve for the Pirates. Wenger's serve is over. Received by Williams, set from Brenthal, and put over by Carstensen. Received by Perchinsky. Bump set from Marty. And spike from Gunther goes too far. 14-8. Lancers now lead by 6. Rail will begin to serve for the Lancers. Bauer will come in for Brenthal. Rail serve is over. That'll go off Wenger and into the net and onto the floor. 15-8. Lancers now lead by 7. Rail will continue to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve again over. This time received by Folly. Up from Marty. And spike from Sabota goes off Gergel and out of the back. 15-9. Lancers now lead by 6. And Marty will begin to serve for the Pirates. Marty's serve is just over off Gergel, and nobody did receive that. 15-10. Lancers now lead by 5. Marty will continue to serve for the Pirates. Marty serve again over. This time received by Williams, set from Carstensen and over from Wales. Over the block, received by Marty. No, not Marty back row. Weber back row. Set from Marty and over from Paczynski. Received by Wales, set from Rail. And spike from Wales to go over and just out. 15-11. Lancers now lead by 4. Marty will continue to serve for the Pirates. Marty serve again over, and that'll fall off the feet of Gergel, Williams, and Bauer. 15-12. Lancers now lead by 3. Marty to serve yet again for the Pirates. Story in for Williams. Serves over, this time received by Wales. Free ball, received by Folly, set from Marty, and Sabota is unable to put that over. 16-12. Lancers again lead by 4. And Carstensen will begin to serve for the Lancers. Arndt just comes in for Gergel. Arndt serve is, Arndt to Gergel. And out it goes. 17-12. Lancers now lead by 5. Carstensen to serve yet again for the Lancers. Carstensen's serve again is over. This time received by Perchinsky up from Marty. And Gunther's unable to tip it over. But it is touched by the block. So they get another 3 hits there. That spike will go off Carstensen into the bleachers near me. 17-13. Lancers now lead by 4. And Sabota will begin to serve for the Pirates. Sabota serve is over. That'll go off Story and onto the floor. 17-14. Lancers now lead by 3. Sabota to serve yet again for the Pirates. Sabota serve again over. This time received by Arndt, set from Rail and put over, not quite put over from Arndt. 17-15. Lancers now lead by 2. Sabota to serve yet again for the Pirates. Sabota serve again over, this time received by Story. Up from rail and put over there from Paczynski because she received it. Put over by Bauer. Received by Weber. And over from Gunther. Set from rail and spike from Wales to go back row to Sabota. Set from Marty and over from Sabota back row. That'll go long. 18-15. Lancers now lead by 3. And Wales will begin serving for the Lancers. Wales serve again is over. Set from Marty and spike from Paczynski will go over the block, received by Carstensen. Set from rail, spike from Arndt will go back row. 19-15. Lancers now lead by 4. Williams will come in for Story. And Wales will continue to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve is over, received by Sabota, up from Marty and over from Gunther. Received by Carstensen, set from rail, and tipped over by Arndt. Blocked there by Gunther and onto the floor that falls. 19-16. Lancers now lead by 3. Arneson will come in for Gunther. And Steele will come in for Winger. Serve for the Pirates. Arneson service over, received by Carstensen, set from rail, and put over by Arndt. To go back row and just out. 19-17, Lancers now lead by 2. Arneson will continue to serve for the Pirates, and timeout Lancers. Arneson to serve for the Pirates. Arneson serve is over, received by Bauer, set from rail, and spike from Arndt to go off the block from Steele. Arneson unable to get that up in time, 20-17. Lancers now lead by 3. Bernthal coming in for Bauer, and Bernthal to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal's serve is over. Received by Sabota. Off Arneson and on the floor, 21-17. Lancers now down, now up 4. Bernthal will continue to serve for the Lancers. Serve is over. Received there by Paczynski, set from Marty, and spike from Folly. Over the block that goes, but just long out of the back. 22-17. Lancers now lead by 5. Bernthal continuing to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal's serve is over. Received by Sabota. Up from Marty. And just got over from Arneson. Received by Arndt. Set from Bernthal. Spike from Arndt. Just missed time to jump there and sent it into the net. 22-18. That's now lead by 4. Paczynski to serve for the Pirates. Paczynski's serve is over. Received by Wales. Set from Bernthal. And spike from Rail. Just goes over. Received there by Paczynski, set from Marty, and put over from Folly. Nice save there from Carstensen. Up from Arneson, set from Folly and over from Marty. Received by Carstensen, set from Bernthal, and spike from Rail. Over the block, saved by Marty there. Set from Arneson, and put over by Steele. Saved by Carstensen, up from Bernthal, and spike from Rail. Over the block again. Received by Marty, set from Folly, and put over from Steele yet again. Again saved by Carstensen, up from Bernthal. This time put over by Williams. Received by Sabota, up from Marty. And again, spike from Steele. Again, save from Carstensen. Again, spike from Steele. Again, save from Carstensen. Set from Bernthal. And set over from Williams. Again, over the block. Received by Perchinsky. Set from Marty. Spike from Foley. That'll go into net. And Lancers win that long volley. 23-18. Lancers now lead by 5. And Arndt will begin to serve for the Lancers. Arndt service over, received by Arneson, up from Soda, and set over from Foley, received by Carstensen, set from Brenthal, and bumped over from Carstensen. Received by Perchinsky, up from Marty, and put over by Rail. Received by Arneson, up from Marty, and put over from Foley. Just over from Foley. Received by Rail, set from Brenthal, and tipped over from Carstensen, just gets over the block. Set by Marty, put over by Steele, set from Brenthal, spike from Rail, gets over the block. Received by Marty, set from Foley, and over from Marty, received by Wales, set from Bernthal, spike from Carstensen. Over the block yet again, received by Foley, set from Marty, spike from Foley. Let it go back, Irwin, hit back line, 23-19. Lancers now lead by 4. Gergel will come in for Arndt, and Foley will begin to serve for the Pirates. Service over, received by Wales, set from Bernthal, and spike from Carstensen, leaning backwards, received by Foley, set from Marty, and just put over there by Steele, saved again by Wales. However, Bernthal is unable to get there in time to set that, 23-20. Lancers now lead by 3. Foley will continue to serve for the Pirates. Foley service over, received by Wales, set from Bernthal, and spike from Wales to go into the bottom of the net. 23-21. Lancers now lead by 2. Foley continuing to serve for the Pirates. Foley serve again over, this time received by Wales, set from Brenthal, and spike from Carstensen off the block, saved by Carstensen, set from Williams, and Carstensen unable to put that over. 23-22. Lancers now lead by 1. Foley to serve for the Pirates after the timeout from the Lancers. (23-22) is the score. Lancers lead by 1. Foley will begin to serve for the Pirates. Foley service over, received by Wales, set from Brenthal, and spike from Rail over the block, received by Foley, set from Marty, and spike from Sabota goes off the block, off Wales and onto the floor. Score now tied at 23. Foley will continue to serve for the Pirates. Foley serve again over, saved there by Wales, but into the bottom of the net that falls. Brenthal unable to get there in time. 24-23. Pirates now lead by 1. Foley continuing to serve. Foley serve again over, this time received by Gergel, set from Brenthal, and bumped over from Carstensen. Gonna go back to Perchinsky, set from Marty, and spike from Steele. Let her go too long. Score now tied at 24. And Williams will begin to serve for the Lancers. Williams' serve is over. Received by Arneson. Set back row from Perchinsky. And bumped over from Marty. Received by Williams. Set from Brenthal. And set over from Carstensen over the block to Marty. Put over by Steele off the block. Saved by Carstensen and over from Rail. Received by Foley. Set from Marty. And spike from Sabota will go down off the block. Off Williams and onto the floor. 25-24. Pirates now lead by 1. Gunther will come in for Arneson, and Wenger will come in for Steele. Wenger to serve for the Pirates. Wenger's serve is over. Received by Williams. Set from Bernthal. And spike from Wales over the block that goes and just in there. Nice spot from Wales. Score now tied at 25. Rail will begin to serve for the Lancers. Bauer in for Bernthal. Rail serve is over. Received by Foley. Set from Marty. And miscommunication between Wenger and Foley back row results in a Lancers point. 26-25. Lancers now lead by 1. Rail to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve is over. Received by Foley. Set from Marty. And spike from Sabota comes up short. And Lancers able to secure a victory in the first set. And I will be back in approximately 3 minutes for the set. Welcome back to the second set of this JV game between the Eau Claire Immanuel Lutheran Lancers and the Cochrane Fountain City Pirates. Lancers did win the first set, if you missed it, 27-25. Pirates will begin serving for this set, and serving for them is Marty. Marty's serve is over, received by Gurgle, and into the bleachers that'll go 1-0. Pirates lead by 1. Marty will serve again for the Pirates. Marty serve again over, this time out to the left. Score now tied at 1. Rail will begin serving for the Lancers. Rail serve is over, received by Johansson. Up from Rail and over from Gurgle back row. That'll go to the back row to Bochinski. Set from Marty and over from Johansson. Put over from Bauer. Goes to back to Pertinsky, up from Marty, and over for Pertinsky, back row. Received by Bauer, set from Rail, and spike from Wales to go over the block. Foley unable to get there in time to save that. 2-1. Lancers now lead by 1. Rail will continue to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve is over. Saved by Foley. Up from Marty. And spike from Gunther goes to Gurgle. And put over from Bauer. Received by Pertinsky, up from Marty. And spike from Sabota goes to Foley. 3-1. Lancers now lead by 2. Rail will continue to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve again over. Received by Foley. Up from Marty. And spike from Gunther will go into the block of Wales. Set from Rail and over from Carlson. Received by Marty. Up and over from Sabota. Goes out to my right. 4-1. Lancers now lead by 3. Rail will continue to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve is over. Received by Johansson. And Gunther is unable to save that. 5-1. Lancers now lead by 4. Rail to serve yet again for the Lancers. Rail serve is over. Received by Foley. Up from Marty. And spike back row from Paczynski goes to Gurgle. Received by Rail and over from Wales. Received by Foley. Set from Marty and spike from Sabota. Gonna go into the net. 6-1. Lancers now lead by 5. Rail will continue to serve. Rail serve again over, this time received by Johansson, up from Marty, and over from Paczynski, back row, received by Bauer, set from Rail, and spike from Bauer. That'll go back to Foley, set from Marty, and spike from Sabota over the block, saved by Gurgle. However, that'll go into the stands, 6-2. Lancers now lead by 4, and Sabota will begin serving for the Pirates. Adank will come in for Johansson. Sabota's service over, received by Gurgle, set from Rail, and spike from Bauer will go over the block. Saved there by Foley. However, Gunther's unable to put that over. 7-2. Lancers now lead by 5. Carstensen will begin serving for the Lancers, and Arndt will come in for Gurgle. Carstensen's serve is over. Nice up there from Foley. Set from Marty and over from Adank. Set over from... Oh my goodness, I messed up now. Sorry. Brzezinski serve is over. Received by Wales and over. Set from Marty and over. Received by Wales. Set from Rail. And tipped over from Wales. Quite go over. 7-3. Lancers now lead by 4. Wenger will begin serving for the Pirates, and Steele comes in for Paczynski. Wenger's serve is over, received by Williams, set by Rail, and spike from Carstensen, back row will go over. Set from Marty, however, she's unable to put that over. 8-3, Lancers now lead by 5. Wales will begin serving for the Lancers. Wales serve is over, received by Sabota, up from Marty, and set over from Dank, I believe, yes. 9-3, Lancers now lead by 6. Wales continuing to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve is over, received by Wenger, up from Steele, and set over from Foley to the back row that goes to Carstensen. Set from Rail, and spike from Williams goes over the block, Set from Marty, and push to the back row. From Steele goes too far, 10-3. Lancers now lead by 7. Wales will continue to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve just gets over. Saved there by Folly. Up from Marty. And spike from Folly. Got to go back row and just long. 11-3. Lancers now lead by 8. Wales continuing to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve again over. Set from Marty. And set over from Adank. Received by Bauer. Up from Williams and set over from Arndt. Over the block that goes to Marty. Set from Steele. And Adank unable to get there in time. 12-3. The Lancers now lead by 9. Wales continuing to serve. Wales serve again over. This time let go by Winger. 12-5. Lancers now lead by 8. And Adank will begin to serve for the Pirates. Adank serves over. Received by Carstensen. Set from Rail. And spike from Arndt. Arndt is in the net. Or not Arndt. She was in the net too, but they called it on. They didn't give me a number. If I had to guess, it would be Steele. 13-4. Lancers now lead by 9. Bernthal to serve for the Lancers. She came in for Bauer. Bernthal serve is over. Received by Wenger. Up from Marty. And not quite over from Wenger. Back row. 14-4. Lancers now lead by 10. Bernthal continuing to serve for the Lancers. Bodie will come in for Rail. Maybe. Yeah. Timeout Lancers. Bodie does come in for Rail. Bernthal to serve for the Lancers. Score is 14-4. Lancers lead by 10. Bernthal's serve is over. Received by Sabota. Saved there by Folly. Unable to play it off the net there was Steele. 15-4. Lancers now lead by 11. Bernthal to serve yet again for the Lancers. Bernthal serve again over. This time received by Wenger. Set from Marty. And spike from Steele. Goes off the block and onto the floor. 15-5. Lancers now lead by 10. Johansson will come in for Adank. And Folly will serve for the Pirates. Folly serves over, received by Wales, set from Bernthal, and spike from Arndt that'll go off the net, off Marty and onto the floor. 16-5. Lancers now lead by 11. Gergel will come in for Arndt, and I believe Gergel will begin to serve for the Lancers. Gergel's serve is over, received by Folly, set from Sabota, and set over from Steele. Received by Gergel, set from Bernthal, and Bodie is unable to put that over. 16-6. Lancers now lead by 10. Gunther will come in for... No. Prajinski will come in for Steele. Gunther will come in for Wenger. Prajinski to serve for the Pirates. Prajinski serves over, received by Carstensen, set from Bernthal, and spike from Carstensen will go to Folly, set from Marty, and put over by Sabota, received by Wales, set from Bernthal, and set over from Bodie. Received by Johansson, set from Marty, and spike from Sabota goes to Wales, set from Bernthal, and put over by Bodie. Received by Prachinski, set from Marty, and spike from Gunther will go over the block. Nice save there by Rail, set from Carstensen, and over from Williams. Received by Folly, set from Marty, and spike from Sabota over the block. Gergel unable to get there in time. 16-7. Lancers now lead by 9. And Pruczynski will serve yet again for the Pirates. Pruczynski's serve is just over but out. 17-7. Lancers again lead by 10. And Williams will begin to serve for the Lancers. Williams' serve is over, received by Foley and into the stands that go. 18-7, Lancers by 11. Williams to serve it again for the Lancers. Williams' serve is over, this time received by Pruczynski, up from Marty, and bumped over from Pruczynski back row, ends up coming up short. 19-7, Lancers now lead by 12. Williams to serve it again for the Lancers, and Roth in for Carstensen. Carson serves over, received by Foley, set from Marty, and spike from Sabota go over the block. Let go there by Gurgle, just in time. 20-7, Lancers now lead by 13. Williams will continue to serve for the Lancers, and Gallagher will come in for Wales. Williams' serve is over, received by Johansson, set from Marty, and put over by Sabota, received by Williams, set from Bernthal, and Roth just tips it over there, received by Marty, set from Johansson, and tipped over from Gunther, set back from Bernthal, and Gunther hitting into the net results in the Lancers point, 21-7. Lancers now lead by 14. Heinze will come in for Williams. Heinze will begin to serve for the Lancers. Heinze's serve comes up short, 21-8. Lancers now lead by 13. Marty will begin to serve for the Pirates. Marty's serve is over, received by Heinze, up from Roth, and put not quite over from Heinze. 21-9, Lancers now lead by 12. Marty to serve yet again for the Pirates. Marty serve again over and into the net. 22-9, Lancers now lead by 13. Bodie will begin to serve for the Lancers. Bauer in for Bernthal. Bodie serve is over, received by Johansson, up from Marty, and spike from Gunther will go over the block and onto the floor. 22-10, Lancers now lead by 12. And Sabota will begin to serve for the Pirates. Sabota's serve is over, received by Bauer. Unable to be saved. Was the ball from Roth. 22-11, Lancers now lead yet again for the Pirates. And a Dank will come in for Johansson. Sabota's serve is over, received by Gurgle. Set from Bodie and put over from Gurgle back row. That'll go too far. 22-12, Lancers now lead by 10. Sabota to serve yet again for the Pirates. Sabota's serve is over, received by Gallagher, up from Heinze and over from Bodie. Received by Sabota. Set from Marty and spike from Foley. Let go by Gurgle and out it falls. 23-12. Lancers now lead by 11. And Roth will begin to serve for the Lancers. Arndt comes in for Gurgle. Roth's serve comes up short. 23-13. Lancers now lead by 10. Story will come in for Roth. Steele will come in for Pruczynski. And Wenger will come in for Gunther. Wenger to serve for the Pirates. Wenger serves over, received by Story. Free ball, put over from Folly. 23-14. Lancers now lead by 9. Sorry. Yeah, 9. Wenger serve again is over, received by Heinze. And nobody there to get that. 23-15. Lancers now lead by 8. Wenger will continue to serve for the Pirates. Wenger serves over, received by Arndt, set from Bodie, and tipped over from Bauer, received by Marty, tipped over from Steele, received by Heinze, set from Bodie, and Arndt's unable to put that over. 23-16. Lancers now lead by 8. Wenger will continue to serve for the Pirates. Wenger serves over, received by Story, set from Bodie, and Arndt is unable to put that over. 23-17. Lancers now lead by 6. Wenger continuing to serve. Wenger serves over, received by Heinze, up from Bodie, and spike from Arndt. That'll come up short. 23-18. Lancers now lead by 5. Wenger continuing to serve for the Lancers. Rail will come in for Bodie. Wenger serve is over, received by Heinze, set from Bauer. Sorry, Rail and over from Arndt will go too far. 23-19. Lancers now only lead by 4. Wenger continuing to serve. And timeout Lancers. (23-19) is the score. Lancers lead by 4. Wenger continuing to serve for the Pirates. Wenger serve is over. Received by Story. Set from Rail and spike from Gallagher will go off the block and onto the floor. 24-19. Lancers now lead by 5. Gallagher to serve for the Lancers. Gallagher's serve comes up short, 24-20. Lancers now lead by 4. And a Dank will begin to serve for the Pirates. The Dank serve is over, received by Gallagher, up from Bauer, and put over from Story. Received by 2 people, set from Marty and over from Steele. Received by Gallagher and into the bleachers. 24-21. Lancers now lead by 3. A Dank continuing to serve for the Lancers. Wales will come in for Gallagher. A Dank serve is over, received by Wales, set from Rail, and spike from Heinze, who just go over the block. Saved there by Folly, set from Marty, and spike from Folly. They go over the block, received by Story, set from Rail, and Arndt this time to swing 24-22. Lancers now lead by 2. A Dank continuing to serve for the Pirates. Williams will come in for Heinze. A Dank serve goes out, and Lancers take this set 25-23-22, winning this by 3. And I'll be back in approximately 3 minutes for the third and final set. Okay, so they added a libero number 18, which is not on the varsity C team or JV, so I'm just going to call her the libero. I don't have a name for her. Put over from Carson, received by the libero. Set from Marty, and a spike from Johansson will go over. Received by Gurgle. Set from Rail, and spike from Carson will go over to the libero. Set from Marty, and bumped over from the libero. Set from Rail, that'll go to the back row to Sabota. And under the floor, that'll fall 1-0. The Lancers lead by 1. Rail will begin to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve is over. Nice save there from Sabota. Up from Gunther and over from the libero. Received by Williams. Set from Rail and bumped over from Bauer. Let it go to the back row. Almost saved there from the libero. However, not able to get it up high enough. 2-0. Lancers lead by 2. And Rail will continue to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve again over. Received by Johansson up from Marty and over from Gunther. Received by Wales. Set from Williams and over from Bauer. Received by the libero. Set from Marty and spike from Gunther off the block and onto the ground. Little fall. 2-1. Lancers now lead by 1. Arneson will come in for volley. Arneson to serve for the Pirates. Arneson serve is over. Received by Gurgle. Set from Rail and tipped over from Wales. Saved there by Johansson up from Marty. And the libero unable to get there in time to flip that over. 3-1. Lancers now lead by 2. Carson's in to serve for the Lancers. Arndt will come in for Gurgle. Carson's serve goes into the net. 3-2. Lancers now lead by 1. Steele will come in for Gunther. And the libero will begin to serve for CFC. Story will come in for Carstensen. Libero serve is over, and that'll fall at the feet of Williams. Score now tied at 3. Libero to serve in for the Pirates. Libero serve again over, received by Williams. Up from Rail, and Arndt unable to get that up and over. 4-3. Lance is now down by 1. The libero continuing to serve for the Pirates. Libero serve again over, this time received by Williams. Set from Wales. And Bowers unable to put that over. 5-3. Lance is now down by 2. Libero continuing to serve for the Pirates. Their serve is over. Received by Williams. Set from Story. And put over from Rail. Received by the libero. Set from Marty and spike from Johansson. But to go over the block and onto the floor. 6-3. Lance is now down by 3. Libero continuing to serve for the Pirates. Heinze will come in for Williams. Libero serve is over to Arndt. Set from Rail and set over from Arndt to the back row goes to libero. Set from Marty. And the tip from Sabota does not quite go over. 6-4. Lance is now down by 2. Sorry. Wales to serve. Wales serve is over. Saved there by Arneson up from the libero and put over from Marty. Received by Arndt. Set from Rail and spike from Arndt to go out of the back. 7-4. Lance is now down by 3. And Johansson will begin to serve for the Pirates. Her serve is over. Received by Wales. Set from Rail. And over from Arndt. Received by the libero. Set from Marty. And the tip from Steele does not quite go over. 7-5. Lance is now down by 2. Gallagher will come in for Bauer. Gallagher in for Heinze. Bauer to serve for the Lancers. Service over, received by the libero, set from Marty and put over by Sabota. Bauer comes up too far and misses the bump to the back row, 8-5. Lance is now down by 3. Sabota to serve for the Pirates. Folly will come in for Arneson. Sabota's serve is out to the right. 8-6. Lance is now down by 2. Bernthal will come in for Bauer. Arndt will begin to serve for the Lancers. Arndt serves over, received by libero up from Marty and spike from Folly goes to Arndt. Set from Bernthal and bumped over from Rail, goes the block to the back row to the libero, received by set from Marty and spike from Folly goes too far. 8-7. Lance is now down by 1. Arndt continuing to serve for the Lancers. Arndt serves over but too long. Out it goes. 9-7. Lance is now down by 2. Gunther will come in for the libero. And Steele will begin to serve for the Pirates. Gergel also comes in for Arndt. Steele serve is over. Story lets that go and it falls in behind her. 10-7. Lance is now down by 3. Steele to serve yet again for the Pirates. Again, his serve is over off Gergel. Played well by Brent off the net. However, Gallagher is unable to put that over. 11-7. Lance is now down by 4. Steele to serve yet again for the Pirates. Her serve is over. Attempted save from Wales comes up short. 12-7. Lance is now down by 5. And Steele will continue to serve after the timeout from the Lancers. Steele serve is over. Received by Wales. Set from Bernthal and spike from Rail over the net. That goes and that'll fall in. 12-8. Lance is now down by 4. Gallagher will begin to serve for the Lancers. Gallagher's serve is over. Received by Sabota. Set from Marty. And the spike from Folly does not go over. 12-9. Lancers now are down by 3. Gallagher to serve yet again for the Lancers. Gallagher serve again over. This time received by Johansson. Set from Marty. And a spike from Gunther over the block. And Gunther's in the net. 12-10. Lancers now down by 2. Gallagher to serve it again for the Lancers. Gallagher serves received by Sabota up from Marty and set over from Folly. Received by Gergel. Story runs into Bernthal. 13-10. Lancers now down by 3. Marty to serve for the Pirates. Her serve is over. Received by Gallagher and over from Bernthal. Received by Folly. Up from Marty and spike from Johansson. That'll go out. 13-11. Lancers is now down by 2. Rail will begin serving for the Lancers. Rail serve is over. Received by Sabota. Up from Marty. And spike from Gunther will go off Rail. Off Gallagher and into the back. 14-11. Lancers again down by 3. Roth will come in for Bernthal. Arneson will come in for Folly. And the Dank will come in for Sabota. Arneson to serve for the Pirates. Arneson serve is over. Received by Wales. Set from Rail. And spike from Roth comes up short. 15-11. Lentz is now down by 4. Arneson will continue to serve for the Pirates. Arneson serve is over. Nobody there to get that. 16-11. Lentz is now down by 5. Arneson to serve yet again for the Pirates. Arneson served again over. Received by Gallagher. Up from Rail and over from Wales. Received by the libero. Set from Marty and settled from Johansson. Received by Gallagher and under the net that goes. 17-11. Lance is now down by 6. Arneson continuing to serve for the Pirates. Serve is over, received by Wales, set from Rail and over from Roth, saved by the libero. Played well off the net there by Marty and put over from Gunther. 18-11, Lance is now down by 9. Arneson continuing to serve for the Pirates. Arneson serve is over, received by Gurgle, set from Rail and spike from Wales. That'll go over the block, received by Arneson, set from Marty and spike from Adank. That'll go too far, however. 18-12. Lance is now down by 6. And Story will begin to serve for the Lancers. Story's serve is over. Received by Adank. Put over by Gurgle. Set from Johansson and over from Marty. Story hits it into the net. 19-12. Lance is now down by 7. The libero will begin to serve for the Pirates. Arndt came in for Gurgle. Service over, received by Story, up from Rail, and put over from Roth. Set from Johansson and put over there by Marty. Saved by Story. Over Rail's head that goes 20-12. Lance is now down by 8. Libero continuing to serve for the Pirates. Her serve again is over. Received by Arndt and over. Adank unable to put that over. 20-13. Lance is now down by 7. Wales continuing to serve. Will begin to serve, for the Lancers. Wales serve is over. Received by Arneson and on before that falls. 20-14. Lance is now down by 6. Wales continuing to serve. Wales serve again over. This time received by Johansson. Saved there by Marty. Nobody there to get that, however. 20-15. Lance is now leading, or down by 5, Wales continuing to serve. Wales serve again over. This time received by the libero. Set for Marty and bumped over from Adank. Let go there by Wales, and out it falls. 20-16. This is now down by 4. Wales continuing to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve again over. This time received by the libero, up from Marty and spike over from Johansson. Will go past Story and onto the floor. 21-16. Lance is now down by 5. Johansson to serve for the Pirates. Her serve going to the net. 21-17. Lance is now down by 4. Brenthal in for Roth. Bodie in for Rail. Brenthal to serve for the Lancers. Brenthal's serve is over. Received by the libero, set from Marty, and spike from Steele will go off the block and onto the floor. 22-17. Lance is now down by 5. Foley will come in for Arneson, and Adank begin to serve for the Pirates. Her serve is over. Received by Bodie, set from Brenthal, and the spike from Gallagher will go off the block. Saved by Gallagher. Saved by Brenthal. And Gallagher is unable to put that over. 23-17. Lance is now down by 6. Dank continuing to serve for the Pirates. Their serve is over, received by Bodie, set from Arndt, and spike from Gallagher will go over, received by a Dank, set from Marty, and set over from Folly, back row to Story. Set from Bodie and over from Bernthal, received by the libero, set from Marty, and spike from Folly go off the block, off Gallagher and onto the floor. 24-17, Lance is now down by 7. A Dank continuing to serve for the Pirates. A Dank serve is over, received by Wales, set from Brenthal, and spike from Bodie will go over the net. Received by the libero, set from Marty, and spike from Steele. That'll be received by Wales, set from Brenthal, and bumped over from Bodie. Received by Steele, set from Marty, and set over from Steele to the back row. Received by Wales, set from Brenthal, and bumped over from Bodie. However, that'll go out. And Pirates win this set 25-17. Lancaster did win best 2 out of 3 from this set. Pirates did win the last one though. And I will sign off and we will begin the varsity game shortly. So hopefully you can make it for that. If not, have a good night.